Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Carmen Jones. Welcome back this week. I'm the Southwest Regional Coordinator for the Indigenous Sport and Wellness Ontario. And welcome back this week again to the Double Eagle Virtual Golf Online Program Winter Edition. And I just want to first of all congratulate all of the winners from last week. You did such a good job on your videos, on the chipping videos, and I can just tell that everybody's getting better. So congratulations on that, and I just want to commend you all on that. This week, we're going to be working on a skill that everybody should get better at in the off season. And it's the easiest skill, and it's the most common thing that people do in the off season, and that's putting. Because putting requires such a small area. It only requires one golf club, a couple of balls, and you can do that for as long as you want. This week, I'm going to show you a couple of drills that are going to help you, that where you're not just hitting balls at a target, but that you're actually working on specific skills and certain things. And the only thing that you're going to need is your putter, of course, and a quarter. So grab a quarter, grab your golf balls, grab your putter, and let's get started. So putting for today, this is how we're going to start it. So the first drill that we're going to do is actually the quarter drill. And what this does is it actually helps you to keep your head still. And it actually helps you to keep your head still, but what I mean by still is looking at the ball or whatever it is that you're trying to hit and keeping it there, okay? So it's really important for us to be keeping our head still during the putt, because any slight movement, remember that we talked about this earlier in my previous videos, is that if our putter face is closed by this much, we're gonna miss our target, okay? If our putter face is open, we're gonna miss our target, okay? So it's very important for us to keep our head still and focused on one area. So I'm just gonna give you this one example here. So watch my hands here as I do this one little experiment with you, okay? So if I keep my head tilted down and I have my arms are loose and everything, and I watch and I look over to my left, you see how my hands just move just a little bit? Watch it again. So if I'm looking up at you, you see how my hand kind of moved just a tiny bit like that? So what that means is that if you're hanging on to your putter and you move to the left like that, that means that it's going to be opening just a slight amount, just enough to keep your putter, or keep enough the ball from going into the hole or hitting your line. So this drill right here is going to be perfect for that, okay? So what it is just a quarter, and you're going to need some carpet. You can do this on the hard floor if you like, but what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be putting this quarter, okay? This is a drill that you can do on a putting green as well, and this is all you're going to be doing. And if I am not doing this drill correctly, so if I'm not doing this drill correctly where I'm lifting up, I'm going to miss the quarter. So I need to have my head focused down on this quarter, just like so, and here we go. All right, now you see that I hit that quarter pretty firm, and it just missed my target, but still, I made a really good putt. So I'm gonna try that again, one more time.
Later that same evening,
as you can see on that last putt, that I hit it really clean. And again, if you replay this video, that you can see that my head was very still on this. So I'm gonna hit one more for you, and I'm gonna try and hit the cup this time, because again, as I said, in all of these drills that we do, we gotta have a target. There's no point in just doing the drill and hitting it if we're not trying to accomplish something. So I'm gonna try and hit this coffee cup if I'm able to, okay? So again, line my putter up, make sure that it's straight, and keep my head down. And just over to the left a bit. Still a good strike, I still made contact with it. Again, if my head was lifting up or if I was following my shot, I wouldn't have made a very good putt there. So my head was nice and still, and I'm keeping that pendulum-like motion with my putter, okay? So let's do another drill and let's work on something else. All right, so the last drill was a great drill to keep our head down. We're gonna be doing two things with this drill, okay? Actually, three things. We're still gonna be keeping our head down. We're gonna be working on our club face to see if our club face is going towards our target. So we're gonna keep our club face straight through impact and beyond. And we're gonna work on our follow through. Now, a couple things with our follow through is that when we're putting, we wanna make sure that we're following through the whole time. Sometimes what happens is people do this with their wrists. This is called recoil. Is that if you can just take a shot down here, is that when people putt, they'll putt with their wrists like this, and when they putt, see how the putter comes back like that? That's called recoil because the putter comes back, comes forward and then back really quickly. So that makes this club face go offline, okay? So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is when we're putting, is we want to make sure that we hold our finish just like that. As you can see that when I'm doing that and keeping the club face straight and pointed still at the target, okay? So again, we're going to be using our quarter, and I'm going to line my quarter right up to my face of my putter. And all I'm going to be doing is much like the putting drill that I did in the previous videos, is I'm just going to be pushing this quarter just like this, okay? And I kept it moving that way. It doesn't matter how far this quarter goes, but that it's going to that direction, okay? We're not doing a wrist shot like in hockey, but we want to make sure that our putter face is on the ground. We don't want to hit down on it, but we want to make sure that we're at least advancing it. And we're pushing it. We're not flicking it with our wrists, but we're pushing it just like this. Okay? Now you see that I went a little left. That means that my club face was a little closed, okay? So if you see this line here, I'm gonna try and keep it on that line, okay? Now here we go. Perfect. I kept it on that line, and that's what you wanna do. So what's happening is, if you can just get in on that, as if it's slow motion, is I'm pushing the quarter along like that. And we want to make sure that our face is straight with it. If we curve it, it goes left, or sorry, if we turn it in like that, if we open it, it goes right. But if we keep our face straight, it goes right down the line like that. Okay? So all you need for this drill again is a quarter and your putter, and all we're doing just simply is pushing it, okay? And really important on our follow through, keeping our head down, and we don't want to do any recoil and use our wrists, okay? So let's move on to the next drill. The last drill, but certainly not the least, we're going to be actually putting some balls this time. Not just hitting quarters, but putting balls, but we're going to be using a quarter again. So this drill is for our tempo, again, for keeping our head still. And not only that, but we want to make sure that we're not hitting down. We're making the correct stroke on our putter. So what we want to do is, like I said, we want to make sure that we're doing a pendulum-like motion, okay? Where this thing is going back and forth really easily, really effortlessly, like that, okay? And what we don't want to do is we don't want to hit down on the ball, okay? As you can see with this thing, and maybe we'll do it slow motion for you, is that we want to hit the ball kind of when it's nice and in line with the putter. Almost, we don't want to launch it too high, and we don't want to hit it down, okay? So this drill is going to help us with that, okay? As you can see, I have marked these balls, okay? These are really helpful. And I bought it on Amazon, this stencil. You put it on the ball and you put some marks on there. And I've been, it's just something that really helps you, because when you hit a good putt, and when your club face is square, this this line, it goes end over end like that, okay? And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm pointing this line at where my target is, okay? So right now, as you can see, if you can come on over this way and see the ball here, is I have a quarter underneath this ball, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to putt this quarter or this ball off the quarter, and I'm going to try and hit my target. And what I'm going to do is make sure that I have a good tempo, because if this quarter moves, I'm not making a very good tempo. I'm not making a very good stroke, okay? If it's too jerky, we're going to see that, okay? So I want to make a nice, easy stroke, and I want to follow through to the target, because I'm remembering all of the other drills that I did. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and as you see, the quarter didn't move. I hit my target. Now, I'm going to put that ball on there. And this is what's going to happen if I'm hitting down on the ball. The ball goes flying, and I move the quarter, okay?
Many unbearable hours later.
So from this angle, we can see our target line. We can see that our ball is aimed with the line at our target. And we can maybe see the quarter underneath. If you can't, that's okay. But this is what will happen if we make a good stroke. We'll line right up, and we keep our head down, nice tempo, hold the finish, and we hit our target, okay? Now, if I set another ball up, and I don't make a very good stroke on it, if I make a downward stroke, if I'm hitting down on the ball, which I don't want to do, then we move the quarter, okay? We don't ever want this quarter to move. We want to make sure that we're keeping our head on the ball, and I'll flip it over here. We're keeping our head on the ball. And not only that, but because the quarter is off the ground, we're able to hit the sweet spot as well. So again, nice tempo. We're gonna hold our finish and make a good stroke. And we push it over to the right. The cup moved a bit, but still made a good stroke. Wasn't on line, but the quarter stayed in the same place. And now we're going to close things off, and we'll tell you about next week's contest. Okay, so those are all of the putting drills for this week. And the only thing you really need is a quarter. So it's really easy to do these drills. Remember that we need to keep our head down, and we need to have our hands moving to the target, and we need to keep our head down just because we want to finish our stroke. Every time we move our head just a little bit, our hands move just a little bit, and that will open or close the club face, causing the ball to go offline, and we don't want that. So practice these drills, take a picture, take a video of yourself, and send it in to us. And thanks again for watching us this week, and we look forward to doing a new skill with you next week, and we also look forward to seeing your submissions for next week. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.